20 years ago, Thailand often made international news because of the shocking sex trade that was being uncovered by the Western press. Nowadays, although that sex trade has increased manyfold, we've become hardened to what's going on in this crazy city. That reaches beyond. Pattaya is actually a world-renowned tourist center in Asia, and this is about a little over 100 kilometers south of Bangkok on the eastern seaboard part of Thailand, and beautiful water out here and great area just to relax, and a lot of fun is had in this area. 50 years ago, Pattaya was a quaint fishing village, very quiet, like so many of the fishing villages along this coastline. The huts were all made out of bamboo with grass roof, thatch roofs and so on, and homemade fishing boats took their fishermen out into the ocean and they caught fish with nets and so on. And as the wars and so on and international military traffic developed across Asia about 50 years ago, the army bases in Thailand began to use Pattaya as an R&R stop for their American GIs. Then when we get into the era of the Vietnam War, the big American warships would stop here, and you would see them off the beach here. Huge ships, 5 or 6 of them lined up, and the soldiers would come in for their times of rest. They would really paint this town red. Now we see on these streets so many white tourists from all over Europe and other parts of the Western world, and really it is a hot spot where people come to spend their relaxed time in the wintertime. Very warm, balmy temperatures here. It's probably 32 degrees, 34 degrees out today, and it's like this all winter long.
Pattaya is a very exciting city.
Well, the city of Pattaya is known for like the area of Continuum where we are right now is like a beach resort.
สำหรับเหตุผลเนี่ยที่นักท่องเที่ยวที่จะมาเมืองพัทยานั้นเนี่ยมีอยู่เหตุผลหนึ่งก็คือชื่อของคำว่าพัทยาคำว่าพัทยานั้นขายได้ในตัวของมันเอง
Foreigners like it here so much is because everything's available.
You know, just a lot of fun things to do. There's parasailing. The Thai people love fun.
นะครับไม่ว่าจะเป็นเรื่องของธรรมชาติทะเลหาดทรายแสงแดดแล้วก็รวมถึงองค์ประกอบที่ได้สร้างขึ้นนะครับไม่ว่าจะเป็นสถานที่พักอาหารการกินอาหารทะเลต่างๆตรงเนี้ยแล้วก็รวมถึงความบันเทิงแล้วก็สิ่งต่างๆนั้นเนี่ยค่อนข้างที่จะมีเกือบทุกอย่างที่พัทยา
And so we have Europeans, we have Americans, we have Asian people, we have everybody.
พัทยานั้นเนี่ยมีนักท่องเที่ยวมาเกือบทั่วทุกมุมโลกเข้ามาสู่เมืองพัทยาคือสำหรับเมืองพัทยาเนี่ยเป็นเมืองท่องเที่ยวเนี่ยมีการท่องเที่ยวทั้งภาคกลางวันและก็ภาคกลางคืนภาคกลางวันนั้นเป็นเรื่องของการท่องเที่ยวตามธรรมชาติตามสถานที่ท่องเที่ยวต่างๆแต่ภาคกลางคืนนั้นเนี่ยมันก็เป็นแหล่งเอนเตอร์เทนเมนต์ต่างๆ
Pattaya has really developed into an international paradise for holidayers from the Western world, and you can get about anything that you want here. Great water sports, all kinds of tourist attractions have developed here. You can go to the Tiger Zoo and pet a tiger. You can see beautiful gardens here. You can ride elephants. You can, jet ski, water ski even. And it's just so many things have developed in this place so that it's become known really as a paradise for Western tourists. About 15 years ago, I remember the first time that I brought my family to this city. We were living in Bangkok and we drove down on this narrow 2-lane road. It took us about 4 or 5 hours to come the 100 kilometers to get to this town. And we took our kids around here because you could get Western food, hamburgers and so on. It was a real novelty. And at that evening when we were going to bed, we were staying at a house just up the road from here. And some of the girls came and said, you know, we noticed some things about Pattaya, that everything in Pattaya is for rent. You can rent books, you can rent cars, you can rent motorcycles, you can rent a place to sit, you can rent everything. You can even rent a wife here. When you look at what goes on in this city, it is very disturbing and very difficult to handle, really. And it's not a place that we normally come to. In fact, we usually avoid it every opportunity we get. Just down the road from me here is what we call Walking Street, where they've actually closed the street to, automobile traffic so that people can, dance and party on the streets there without being hindered. And as this city gets going around sundown, every ugly thing comes up and comes out of the heart of man, the wickedness that's here. We got to warn you that on this program you're going to see some very explicit things. You won't want your children to watch this, and you just want to have your heart ready, because there's some very ugly things that go on in this program, in this city. We want you to see this because this is the reality of the places we live and the reality of the people that we minister to. When we see the degradation that goes on in the world, in the heart of man, and a place like this where it is so freely expressed, sometimes it just blows you away. So we want you to be warned for this program that you've got to be careful about who watches the program, be careful how you watch it, and we want you to know that we're not showing you these things to gross you out. We're showing them because we want you to understand and want you to really see what goes on in the nations of the world and in places like this.
Where are you from?
Newcastle, England. Victoria and French.
Where are you from? Russia.
Where do you come from?
California.
My name Lad.
Everything, sea, the girl, the sun.
Yeah, I'm working here. You work here? Where do you work? I go everywhere.
I come from England.
I live here.
I met a nice woman a couple years ago when I was here, and we're just spending a month together.
1 month. About 20,000 baht for 1 month.
Where are you from?
England.
So what brings you to Thailand?
Are you serious? You want to ask that question?
What is your name? Tu. And how long have you worked here? 2 weeks.
Pattaya is fantastic. It's got everything. I come here from Pakistan
So why you come to Pattaya?
for working here. Just like looking at girls and something.
Just have a look behind you on your left side. Beautiful ladies just walking around.
Australia. My first time here, and actually it's quite disgusting.
For every reason, I know there's a lot of guys who come here just, for the sex.
Shopping. I try to come every year.
I have to work.
So have you been to Pattaya before?
No, this is the first time. We've been here for a few nights and just discovered this end. We didn't realize it's so busy.
I know Mighty, but we have to work. We want money to send family.
It is a very unusual place.
Very much girls.
Every lady, every man here go out for work and send money to family.
So can you work in Bangkok? Maybe teach English?
Can, but I don't like because we work hard, really small money.
Yeah, and they never sleep. Pattaya never sleep.